Hi children, this is your social studies period. I am going to teach you social studies. As we know that social studies is divided into three parts: history, geography and civics. So the first 10 lesson of the book, it is related with the history. So I am going to teach the history first lesson, tracing changes through 1,000 years. Means this year we are going to learn the history of 1,000 years from 8th century to 18th century history we are going to learn. So the historians divided the history into three periods: ancient period, medieval period and modern period. So the period from 8th to 18th century is called the medieval period. So in 6th standard you learned the ancient period history, and this year we are going to learn the medieval period history. And the coming years, in next year and next to next year, you will be studying the modern period history. So the 1,000 years of medieval period was marked by specific changes. Society, economy, polity, religion and culture underwent many changes during this period. So in medieval period many changes happen in India. The Sultanate period, the Mughal period, this all are coming in this period. After that Britishers came to India, means from 18th century up to 18th century's history we are going to learn. This medieval period also divided into two parts: early medieval period and late medieval period. Early medieval period means it is from 8th to 13th century, and late medieval period is from 13th to 18th century. In this period, the medieval period, the Palas, Prathigaras, Rashtrakutas, Cholas and the Rajput were the powerful rulers, while the late medieval period, the Turks, Afghans and Mughals ruled the country. Okay, once again, in early medieval period means from 8th to 13th century, India ruled by Palas, Prathigaras, Rashtrakutas, Cholas and Rajput. And in the late medieval period means from 13th to 18th century, the Turks, Afghans and Mughals ruled the country. Okay, and our next topic is new and old terminology. Terminology means the doctrine of terms, means old terms and new terms. We know that many of the things we once believed that has changed. Okay, many things changed. For example, we can say the name of India, Bharat, India, different names are there. Hindustan is one name. So this Hindustan, this word, today Hindustan means we understand it as India, but the term was used by different people differently in different context. Okay, for example, Minaji Siraj, a Persian chronicle means jo history writer, meant Hindustan by the area of Punjab, Haryana and the lands between Ganga and Yamuna. Means Hindustan, we understand it as India, but according to Minaji Siraj, India means Hindustan means only Punjab, Haryana and the land between Ganga and Yamuna. Ganga Yamuna ki beach ka land and Punjab and Haryana is included Hindustan. Means it in a political sense he used this. And then after that Persians came to India. Persians and Greeks, they invaded the country and they called it the land of Indus or the land of Sindhu. Sindhu is the name of a river. They called it the land of Sindhu. Sindhu river jahan par hai wo uski land. Since the Persians pronounces the letter S as H instead of S, the Persians used H. Then Sindhu became Hindu. They pronounce the word Sindhu or Hindu. The word India corresponds to the Sindhu or the Hindu in the old Persian epigraph. Epigraph means a literary quotation. Means in Persian book it is written Sindhu or Hindu. So it is closely connected with Hindu or the later designation Hindu or Hindustan as it was used by medieval Muslims. Means this name Hindustan means today we understand it as India, but in medieval period it has different meaning. Some places of India included in this Hindustan. They used means different people differently in different context it used. Another example we can see that we know that some places name has changed. Some places have been renamed. For example, Mumbai. Before it was Bombay. Now it is changed and Mumbai is the name. Like that, many places are there. Chennai and Kolkata name has renamed. Like that, this happened. The map of India has changed. So map of India, the wonderful, interestingly, one thing is written here. The Arab geographer Al-Irshi prepared map in 1159, showing the different areas. Interestingly, we find South India where we would expect to find North India and Sri Lanka at the top. Means in that time, Al-Irshi, he made a map in 1159. Interesting thing is that we can see the Sri Lanka at the top. Okay, you just imagine that Sri Lanka at the top, then South India, then North India. In this way, he made the map. The map prepared by French cartographer in 1720 exhibit some well-known places like Kanauj, spelt in the map as Quanach. This is just an illustration to understand the Indian subcontinent had changed considerably. Means in those days, they made the map. The North India is in the bottom and South India is at the top, and Sri Lanka is at the top. The island Sri Lanka. You can imagine that. You know the map of India how it is. So Sri Lanka is at the top, then South India, then North India. In this way they made. So the historian means one who is writing the history, one who writes a history. They have to be very careful about the usage of these terms, this map, these names and all. And the meaning of certain words have also changed. Okay, meanings also changed. For example, foreigner. In Hindi, Pardeshi, it is the meaning, Pardeshi. And in Persian, Ajnabi. The word Ajnabi is using in Persian. Was used in medieval period. To foreigner means in medieval period, they used to someone who was any stranger who appeared to stay in a given village. That is the meaning of foreigner. Someone who was any stranger, means any stranger who appeared to stay in a given village. That is foreigner. It means that foreigner was someone who was not a part of the society or culture. But nowadays, foreigner means any person who is not Indian. Foreigner means, we know that foreigner means any person who is not Indian. But in those days, foreigner means someone who was not a part of the society or culture. Maybe he may be Indian or from any other country. Okay, nowadays it means any person who is not Indian. So children, it's enough for today. Tomorrow we will be studying historians and their sources, different sources of history.